Have you ever worn a watch and thought, this thing is smarter than me? Because that's exactly what happened when I slipped on the Garmin Venu 4. And today, I want to take you on a journey, not just through specs, but through stories, surprises, and the moments where this watch felt like it was reading my mind. It all started on a rainy evening. I was fumbling through my bag for a flashlight while walking back to my car after a late workout. My phone was buried under gym clothes, dripping with moisture. That's when I looked down, and my watch lit up the path. Not with a gimmick, but with a built-in flashlight. That single moment made me realize Garmin wasn't just upgrading. They were rethinking what a watch should do. Let me rewind. Garmin has long been the go-to for outdoorsy athletes, runners, cyclists, hikers, those who demand endurance, GPS fidelity, ruggedness. But on casual days, in meetings, in daily life, many of us still turn to an Apple Watch or Galaxy. Garmin's previous Venu models tried to straddle both worlds, but they always felt like fitness devices masquerading as smartwatches. The Venu 4 is where that mask finally comes off. Right from the moment you unbox it, you sense Garmin's more confident. Two sizes, 41 millimeters and 45 millimeters. So it's not one size fits all. The display is brilliantly vivid even in sunlight. The bezels are classy, metallic, the finish is refined. You could walk into a boardroom or down a mountain trail and it wouldn't feel out of place. But it's the features that, one by one, kept surprising me. That flashlight, it's subtle too. A tap, and your wrist becomes a beam of light. Perfect for checking your steps in the dark, unlocking a door, or making your way across an alley. It's not a gimmick. It's a reminder Garmin is thinking about you in real life. Then there's the GPS. If you've ever run through a city canyon of skyscrapers or under a dense forest canopy, you know how frustrating GPS drift is. Your recorded route zigzags, distance is off, your pace metrics go haywire. Garmin tackles this by using multi-band GPS. Not just pinging one satellite frequency, but juggling multiple signals simultaneously. The result? Your location stays rock solid, even when the sky is less than cooperative. But real magic begins when you look under the health hood. Garmin is stepping into Apple's backyard by offering ECG monitoring. Yes, you can now see your heart's electrical activity right from your wrist. Irregular rhythm alerts, continuous heart rate, blood oxygen tracking, stress analytics, recovery advice. It's all there. The Venu 4 doesn't just tell you your numbers, it helps you understand them. One evening, I went to bed thinking I'd get the usual deep light REM breakdown. But Garmin went deeper. It analyzed my sleep alignment, compared it to my circadian rhythm, and explained that my late-night caffeine was pushing my recovery off balance. I saw patterns. Nights when I binged Netflix, nights when I drank coffee late, nights when I felt sluggish. The watch started whispering wisdom. You slept 10 minutes more than usual, but your alignment is off. Be cautious tomorrow. This is where health status comes in. Instead of raw data, Garmin interprets your baseline. So instead of saying heart rate is 87, it says this is higher than your usual evening baseline. Maybe take a breath. It's been a long day. It doesn't overwhelm, it enlightens. And then there's Garmin Fitness Coach, an AI-driven, adaptive training system that doesn't just spit workouts. It watches your performance, your recovery, your trends, and tailors your plan. If you're improving briskly, it ramps up. If you're lagging, it backs off. It's like having a coach in your wrist, one that never sleeps. Now let's talk about one of those this feels impossible numbers, battery life. Apple users rejoice if they eke out 36 hours. Galaxy owners are used to charging every 1 to 2 days. But the Venu 4 promises up to 12 days in smartwatch mode. That changes everything. No more nightly charging rituals. No fear of missing health data. No disconnecting during trips. I literally forgot I had to charge it. You might wonder, what's the catch? Well, the app ecosystem isn't as vast as Apple's. Garmin's integration with iOS and Android isn't flawless in every corner. And if your priority is having the absolute most apps, that could matter. But I found Garmin didn't try to win every battle. It leaned into what it knew it could do best: deep health, endurance, smart simplicity. I took it on runs through city streets, treks up hills, commutes across town, meetings, dinners, sleep. In each scenario, it felt at home. In one run, I tested GPS in a narrow alley with tall buildings. No drift. In one night, I got alerts about heart rate anomalies, which turned out to be simple dehydration. In one day, I ran multi-hour errands without a charger in sight. And in one late-night moment, it lit the path just when I needed it. By the time I reflect on all that this watch does, it's hard to see it as just another Garmin. It feels like a turning point. Not because it's perfect, but because it leans into what matters and upgrades where it counts. You don't get flashy gimmicks. You get thoughtful utility, deep health insights, and a battery life that frees you, not chains you. So where does it stand against Apple and Samsung? If you live in an Apple ecosystem and demand the deepest app integration, many will still reach for the Apple Watch. If you're an Android person who wants a broad smartwatch experience, Samsung remains compelling. But if you want a device that lives with you 24/7, that matters more on the health and durability side than on display specs, and that doesn't force daily charging, Garmin Venu 4 feels like a silent disruptor. In the end, yes, I think the Garmin Venu 4 could be called the Apple Watch killer of 2025, and not because it beats Apple in everything, but because it doesn't try to. It carves its own territory, the space where fitness, wellness, endurance, and real life converge. And that's exactly where I believe the smartwatch future lies. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.